In January of 2012, the section of Litigation hosted a discussion about various state statutes that concern immigration and the litigation that has challenged those statutes. Excerpts from the presentations by Tony West, the United States Department of Justice Assistant Attorney General, and Mark Shurtleff, the Attorney General of Utah, are previewed here.
So we have 4 states, 4 lawsuits, and as head of the civil division, as you might imagine, I'm involved in a lot of cases and a lot of litigation in federal courts around the country. But these cases are particularly important because they implicate legal issues of constitutional dimension. Now, these are questions about the respective authority of the federal government and the states. These are questions that are as old as the Union itself. They implicate strongly held beliefs about who we are as a nation and what it means to be an American. And they implicate practical concerns about how the states and the federal government will use scarce resources to address the difficult challenges that are posed by illegal immigration. And all of these laws, all of them run afoul of an important federal principle, preemption, which we'll talk about in a moment. But I think importantly, these laws are not identical. Each one reflects the unique dynamic of immigration and the immigration debate that is occurring and developing in these different states. Each one reflects regional priorities, regional concerns, regional prescriptions. Indeed, one of the key challenges that's posed by having individual immigration solutions forged locally is that they reflect very different and often conflicting approaches to what is, at its core, a national problem. Because as long as we have been a republic, we've had to wrestle with this fundamental question of who can and cannot enter the country. We are, as the President and the Attorney General have often said, a nation of immigrants. This is how we define ourselves. It's a part of our proud and rich heritage.
We all know that and believe in the separation of powers vertically between federal, state, and local governments. I'm a constitutional student. I love the federal government of this country. I recognize its roles, but I'm also very much enamored with the roles of states play in that very important nation that we have of states. I strongly support the enumerated powers of Congress, and I also very strongly support it, and for 12 years as Attorney General I've been required to protect the rights of states through the 10th Amendment, the rights of individuals in states where specific powers are not given to Congress. And we know when it comes to immigration, so-called immigration issues, that Article 1, Section 8, Clause 4 says that the federal government shall establish a uniform rule of naturalization. Who becomes citizens. That clearly is a federal role. We also recognize the role of the federal government to protect this country and to protect our borders. But when it comes to this very heated immigration debate, I constantly try to tell people they need to separate the issue of those who come here to work and those who come here to be citizens. Really, the vast majority of those who are here in this country undocumented are here because they came to work. They're not in line for citizenship. They're not trying to become citizens. They want to work, provide for their families. Because of the problems, they haven't been able to work and then go home and then come back and work again in migrant status. So what that comes down to then is this question. First of all, do the states have some role in that we are the ones being impacted by the undocumented population? We are the ones paying for education, for law enforcement, for health care, and so forth. And these people live amongst us. They're in our communities. We go to church with them. Our kids play junior jazz together. They are in our schools. This is where it is, and it's not at that federal level. So when the federal government, first of all, does it have exclusive authority in this area, and more importantly, where it's clearly abdicated its role and its responsibility? And I'm not speaking about the executive branch here. I'm talking about Congress. And I think we could even probably in court have the judge take judicial notice of the fact that Congress has failed in its responsibility when it comes to immigration and naturalization issues. They have failed to do comprehensive reform, to fix legal immigration, to take care of the issue of those who are here, and what we do with those who are here undocumented. That is a failure. And when they fail to do that, it hurts the states. States want to step up and act. Flat out, they want to act.